Yes, so the next guest is Bitcast. Now, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I thought this would be a very easy or an interesting case study here, because this is actually one of the very few subnets where an idiot like myself can mine on it and not have any technical ability. And so I think there was a trading pub where I was like, I'm going to start mining on this, and by the cuddle in 1 month's time, I can show you the results of mining on Bitcast, etc. Well, we now have a month's worth of results. I've made like 5 videos for them, and this is the wallet now. So from the 5 videos that have been, that have qualified, so to speak, I've had 3 payouts. So 11 days ago, 7 days ago, then an hour, that was like 2 days ago or a day ago. So the price of Bitcast has dropped temporarily during this, because it was a lot higher, but still, for making 5 or 6 videos and being paid 10 grand, it's not bad. And I thought, wait a minute, am I an outlier here? And I started messaging loads of other Bitcast miners, and most of them had very similar-ish experiences. So, without further ado, we managed to get the CEO of Bitcast here. So Tom, been looking forward to this. Please make your way to the stage. Do you have a mic? Yes, you do. Laser, next slide.
Which one's next slide? That one?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me to speak about Bitcast today. I'm Tom, CEO of Bitcast, and let's dive in. Okay, so once upon a time, newspapers were the dominant force in marketing, and it was broad pages, bold headlines, and scandal. It was the golden age of advertising until the internet showed up. So firstly, it was Alta Vista. They were doing banner ads, and then it moved to Google, where they realized that actually monetizing the search terms was really where the gold was. However, problems are brewing, and they have been for a while. So competition is rife, costs are going through the roof, and return on investment is dropping, just like newspapers before them. Now, the best return on advertising spend is actually in the hands of content creators. So YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, influencers. And the money is flowing. So the spend is now increasing year on year, double digits. And over the next 2 years, it's set to reach 500 billion in spend on content creators. Oh yeah, and just before I move on from this, I was just curious about what was the dominant force before newspapers. Turns out it was the town crier, but I had to leave it off my slide deck because I couldn't find return on investment figures for a town crier. Okay, so before I jump into what Bitcast actually does, I thought it would be good to sort of run you through how creator marketing is currently done by brands and why it's essentially broken. So it's done on a one-to-one basis, and a brand would reach out to creators. They would then do rate negotiations, contracts, script reviews, round and round they go, and at the end of that they would get unverified performance metrics. So what do I mean by that? They'd often just get a screenshot of a social influencer's actual social account. So as you can probably tell, this is an extremely time-intensive process. And also the whole industry sort of ran on these sort of vanity metrics. So a lot of what a brand would see is like, likes, views, subscriber counts, and you can buy them on the internet for like $10 for 1,000 subscribers. So it's very, very fake, and it's really hard to get a handle on actually what is going on. Also, creators often charge flat rate fees. So essentially what they're doing there, what they're incentivized to do is the bare minimum. So, pay me even $500, I'll do exactly what I need to get my $500. And unfortunately, the industry is rife with scams, especially within crypto. So I think since starting Bitcast, I've done a lot of outreach to content creators. And I think I've had about 20, 30 different attempts on trying to get money out of me by scammers. Now, the other option that brands have is to go to an agency. However, agencies have got the exact same problems. It's massively manual. They charge you huge, huge fees for this amount of time that they spend doing it. And at the end, they've got the same result. They've got these screenshots of social media accounts saying, yeah, you know, we got loads of views and blah, blah, blah. Massively hard to actually verify. So this is where Bitcast comes in. So we are the first multi-platform, decentralized marketplace connecting brands with creators. Key difference here is that we reward based on actual attention and the actual value they can bring to brands, rather than just on fixed fees where people do the bare minimum. Right, okay, so how does Bitcast actually work? So essentially, brands come to us and ask us to create a brief, and the brief would say, talk about X, Y, and Z. Creators can come onto Bitcast and see these briefs and say, right, okay, I'm going to make content for that. So they go and make content, publish it. And the smart part of the system is that our AI analyzes these pieces of content, checks that they spoke about X, Y, and Z, and if they do, they qualify for earnings. And then their earnings are actually tied to the amount of time, attention, value that they are actually bringing to the brands. So none of this sort of fixed fee like we've just mentioned. And and where does the blockchain come into this? So creators are paid in subnet tokens, subnet alpha tokens, transparent, and all the sort of calculations done on this are all transparent, permissionless, and decentralized. Okay, so what are the benefits for brands then? So unrivaled speed and simplicity. All the brand actually need to do is come to us and create a brief. Takes a couple of hours. So no outreach, no negotiations, no admin. Then what happens is their message is broadcast at scale. So our AI can verify thousands of pieces of content within seconds. It can also do it in any language. Now, I've been saying this stat a few times in the past, and I'm waiting for someone to correct me, but I think we might be the only advertising agency that can actually do this. And thirdly is that they get to amplify their budget. So essentially, they're able to spend, their money is able to go to where the attention actually is being generated. So again, there's no scams, there's no people with fake views and all that sort of stuff. You will not earn Bitcast tokens if you're faking it. And no one's incentivized to do the bare minimum. Sorry, I didn't mean to press play. I just thought, rather than just taking my word for it, it'd be good to hear from one of our brand sponsors about how he's found Bitcast so far.
Mark here from Tailstats, just dropping in to let you know how useful we found the Bitcast network in allowing us to connect with influencers and content creators beyond the scope of what we have the time or bandwidth to do on a regular basis. The Bitcast ad reels and ability to promote subnets through briefs has allowed us to really reach out and capture attention very, very quickly in a very relative subjective audience. So we've been very grateful for that.
Okay, so we've got some exciting updates coming to Bitcast. So we've got the no-code miner, which is a massive improvement on our current situation. So at the moment, for a miner to join Bitcast, it's extremely technical. And our no-code miner is going to allow creators to join Bitcast with just their email address so they can start mining in a few clicks. So obviously this is great for us to onboard many, many more creators from across different crypto ecosystems. We also have the integration of X. So currently we are just incentivizing content on YouTube. We're now going to be moving, start of Q4, we're going to be integrating X. So we're going to now have X creators on Bitcast. And then the third thing that we've got coming up soon is the brand portal. So essentially, at the moment, when brands want to work with Bitcast, they are contacting us and we're working with them manually. They're sending money to a wallet. We're going through the whole process with them, loading onto Reserver. The brand portal will allow brands to obviously log in, allocate funds, pick which avenues they want to start pushing media out. Obviously, there's going to be add-ons in there as well to increase our revenue. Right, so the opportunity. So on average, crypto companies are spending between 10 and 20% of their annual revenue on marketing. To put that into context, Coinbase spent $654 million in 2024 alone. And these companies are going to be left with a choice. They can either keep using slow and admin-heavy agencies with the massive fees to go with it, or they can switch to Bitcast, where it's AI verified and it's got zero friction. And where are we actually going with this? So right now, we are working within BitTensor, and all of our clients so far have been BitTensor subnets or BitTensor platforms. We're building up our creator base to move outside of just BitTensor, so we're going to be moving into crypto in general. We're speaking to social media managers from some of the largest exchanges at the moment to work out what we need to do to secure those customers in the very near future. And then beyond this, essentially what we are doing is we are building a suite of features so that you can get as many creators as you possibly could want across all the different social medias. And this solution can be applied to any industry. So it's not just Web3 anymore, it's going to go to Web2. If you think about the likes of Coca-Cola, Disney, Apple, they don't spend millions, they spend billions and billions of revenue, of money on marketing every year. And how does this play into the Alpha token? So it's pretty simple. Any revenue that we make, we use to buy back and burn our Alpha token. Okay, so a few stats for you here, just to give you a flavor of what's going on so far. So bearing in mind, we only launched 4 months ago. And from a standing start, so we now have a creator base that has 436,000 subscribers. We've generated 272 videos. We've got 205,000 views on those, and we've generated 12,000 hours of watch time. Just to put that into context, that's the same as a full-time worker working full-time for 6 years. And the graph at the bottom just shows our daily hours of watch time. So this graph was taken at quite a good time because we just set an all-time high of 600 hours in a single day of watch time. Okay, getting to the end now, guys. So just as a quick recap, marketing budgets are shifting from PPC to creator-led marketing. However, creator-led marketing is riddled with inefficiencies. Very, very difficult to do at scale. And we're building the tools to automate every single part of that process. We see Bitcast as the decentralized brain that will disrupt this $250 billion creator market. Hi,
everybody. This is Mark Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry, I did that twice now. Yeah, and I've sort of spoke about what it looks like from a brand's point of view, and obviously Bitcast, but this is one of the creators, if you will, miners on Bitcast, just talking about his experience so far using Bitcast.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Jeffrey. I'm the host of the Hash Rate podcast on BitTensor. I am an enthusiast and user of Bitcast. It's really great. I don't have to run around and find advertisers for my podcast. Bitcast supplies ads, which I drop into my podcast, or they supply full shows where I basically just read a brief in my own words, and I earn tokens from Bitcast. Goes right into my wallet. I don't have to run around. Not only do I not have to run around and chase people to sign contracts with each new deal, with each new advertiser, but I don't have to run around and bill collect. I just get paid automatically by the chain, right? So it just goes into my wallet. It's like magic. So it solves so many inefficiencies as a content producer and a podcaster. Can't recommend Bitcast highly enough. Super happy. I think this could be a very big subnet in the future, as I know that it solves similar problems for the advertisers. They don't have to run around and get 1,000 podcasters to produce their stuff. So I think sort of in both directions, it solves all kinds of inefficiencies.
Thank you very much.
Right, questions. So Q4 for X, what will be the video metric that you sort of gauge? Is it watch time or the amount of likes on a video? Like, what? Yeah, have you thought about the metrics yet?
Oh yeah. We've put a lot of thought into X. So there's going to be a few different features for X, and probably shouldn't say exactly how we're going to do it just yet. But essentially we are going to move to video, but our first version of it is not going to be video. It's going to be KOLs and banding KOLs and scoring them. We'll publish how we're going to do it soon.
So
a knowledge leader, basically a voice on X with a lot of followers.
a key opinion leader, I think, or something. Yeah. So at the moment, there is a bit of a moat for people with YouTube subscribers, so for the content creators. When you do move to X, will that moat go? So someone with no subscribers can become creators for you?
Not with our first feature that we're launching, no.
Okay.
No, it's still going to be people with an audience and with proven ability to create good quality content.
And sorry for the last follow-up question of this. How long will it be until someone with no followers on X could feasibly mine Bitcast?
On X, I don't know for sure, but there's certain social media content that is way more geared to that. So I'm thinking YouTube Shorts and TikTok, where it's not just based on your audience, but you can generate a lot of views and deliver a lot of value without a large following. So
it's Shorts coming soon?
We are looking into ways of doing it, but again, it's in the making.
I saw some hands up there. Who had a question? Oh, yes, Matthew. Yeah, hold about a foot away from you.
Hi, I've got a background in big media, so in order, Sky, BBC, ITV, Al Jazeera, a few others. But for a while, I worked with a company that was doing like demand media. And I was just wondering if you're looking at going into non-advertising stuff. So what we did was how-to videos, and we actually used AI, going back 10 years, to look at any time people were searching on a sort of it was anything from how to tie a bow tie to how to do a tax return to how to kiss, literally anything. So we looked at Google search results. Any time that people were searching for something how to, but there wasn't a video in the results, we'd make it. And we actually did quite well when we did well. So the biggest one was how to dance Gangnam Style, which was a video that cost us £200 to make and made 20 grand. But I just wondered whether entertainment, encyclopedic content, stuff that doesn't already have its own commercial infrastructure like advertising, which is, it's a very, very clear market with rate cards and whatever. And it's like the obvious one to go for. But whereas entertainment has always been, something that venture capitalists avoid, it's just too random what succeeds.
So right now, that's not what we're planning to do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ways that you can use the Bitcast network once we've got all the features up and running. And
Right.
that is definitely something that you could plug in.
So someone else might build a platform to do that based on your back end.
Yes, so that's the way that we see Bitcast going, is essentially once we've got all these features up and running,
Right.
we're not going to be the front-facing,
No, exactly.
going and making all these business ideas
Yeah.
around Bitcast. It's going to be
And I
like,
think-
here's a suite of features.
Yeah.
Your use case is right, we want to search for what people are, essentially we want to find what people are searching for. Go and make me 100 videos on that, and
exactly.
one of them might hit and do
Yeah.
really well, and we're going to capture that revenue.
That's what we heard from Score. That's what we heard from Macrocosmos as well. That you don't have to be an expert in every vertical. If the platform's right, the verticals can come to you and build on top. Yeah.
And that's how you scale. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks.
No worries.
Is there another question around here? I saw a few hands pop up.
Yeah, my question got answered already.
Sweet. And what's the next silo? So at the moment, BitTensor is the only silo. Do you know what the next silo is?
So,
as in topic.
yeah, I think it's probably, I say the easiest, but it's probably the biggest customers, isn't it? But I think it's going to be exchanges, running ad reels, which is something that we've just released recently with Taostats, and we're still just developing that and fine-tuning that. But essentially, we know, essentially some of these exchanges are paying sort of 15 grand for an ad reel. So there's a lot of revenue within that sort of space, and if we've got let's say we've got 50 or 100 creators, by the end of the year, we're going to be able to charge quite a lot for that service.
So I've got a few friends that own marketing agencies. Some of them, I was chatting one the other day and I was like, so dude, how much do you charge a typical client for a thing? And he has a PR agency and he charges anywhere between 20 to 70 grand per year for a brand new client. So then I said, okay, so what's stopping you from, say, using Bitcast as a value add as well? So to get a Bitcast brief is only 10 tau. So surely if you add a Bitcast as part of your offering, not only are you giving them PR, but also X amount of hours per brief. So do you see a lot of marketing agencies just using you as an extra product or value add?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to be a bit careful with that 10 tau. So obviously that's the fee that we're charging at the moment because we are developing and working within BitTensor. That's not how it's going to be. That's not going to be the final product. So essentially the way it's going to work is brands are going to post up a certain amount of funds that they want to use, and then creators are going to draw down from that. So essentially, yes, in answer to your question, yes, I think where it gets really starts to ramp up is when we've got all these features in place and marketers can actually load up their clients onto it and deploy them across the creator base. But yeah, we just need to grow sustainably. So yeah, it's BitTensor, outside of crypto, have all the tooling, and then let people come in and launch their business models on top of Bitcast.
Any other questions? Yes.
What's the time frame from a brief ending to calculating payouts? Because on YouTube, sometimes it could take 6 months for a video to kick off.
Yeah, so we reward videos on YouTube for 2 weeks. And generally, I mean, obviously you're going to have videos that might get released a year ago and suddenly they get searched for loads in the future. But that's great for the brand, but they're not going to pay for that initially. So yeah, we reward creators for the first 2 weeks of their engagement that they can generate, and then it stops.
So is it 2 weeks from the publishing date or the brief ending?
Yeah, 2 weeks from the publishing date. Yeah, we were doing videos from the start of the brief, but it just meant everyone was rushing to make videos. So we opened it up. So it's from your published date. 2 weeks from that point, you get your earnings. It's also quite predictable as well. So if a creator's like, oh, generally I get this amount of engagement, they can say, right, okay, that's what I should earn from a video. And it's a good way of getting creators in when they can actually understand how to use the system and what they'll get paid.
So do creators have to leave the video live? Can they just take it down after 2 weeks?
So it's in our terms and conditions that they need to keep it up.
Indefinitely?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. Did you say you're buying back and burning all revenue as alpha tokens? So how are you going to grow your team if you're burning all your revenue?
Yeah, so part of the no-code miner, it's a service that we offer to creators. So it's quite important. It's a bit different to a lot of BitTensor subnets. Our miners are content creators. They are, Siam just alluded to it a second ago. He wouldn't have the coding skills to go and develop his own miner, to launch it and to host it. So our no-code miner does that for all of our creators, and we're going to launch that soon, but we have a fee that we charge based on the emissions. So emissions that would otherwise have gone to the creators, which would potentially sell pressure, will come to Bitcast, and that's the revenue that we're going to use to grow the team and grow the product.
I think I sacrificed like 5% of my
5%,
earnings
yeah.
for you to set me up.
Yeah, yeah. He was he's on our private beta version of the no-code
I
miner.
was like, give me the lazy option. Yes. Oh my god. Cash.
I've got a tent business, and we are literally in the process of signing up content creators. So we've got 3 or 4, we really like them, but everything you've just described, the pain of the negotiation of who gets what when, isn't there a scope for you to almost do a self-help thing where we find our own creators, and we can then just plug them into your system. And so we're the customer, but we also find the miner.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
so you don't have to. Sorry. So you don't have to do the siloed thing. There's a kind of self-help kiosk where anybody who wants to do anything like that can just, make your own.
Absolutely. We see it as a service that can be used like that. Yeah, definitely. And there's also going to be use cases where, all right, let's say we've got 100 miners, and you might not want all the 100 creators making you videos. You might want certain specific creators. So we're going to run it where you can actually go and put an offer and say, well, look, will you make me videos, or even onboard your own creators and say, look, I want to do business with you in the content creator marketplace, but I don't want to pay you a fixed fee. So let's use a permissionless system like this, where I know you're going to knock it out of the park and make me videos that get a load of attention, because that's how you get paid. You can trust that you'll get paid from the protocol, and I can trust my funds aren't going to go missing. So, yeah.
How long before we're going to be able to do that?
That's definitely a next year solution. Yeah.
Any other questions? Yes.
Hey, got it this time. I understand that now all your creators are actual people, that has already following, etc. But would you be, well, probably in the future, accepting like AI generated like character with a script, doing the videos and probably the same quality like actual human, but it's an AI generated character that's doing that?
To be honest, it's already been done.
Yeah, no, but would you accept on your platform? That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had them mining on our platform initially, and it's funny because before we launched, we were like, I wonder if the AI is going to make the best creators. But in practice so far, it's not been done very well, maybe, or they just haven't managed to get the eyeballs onto it. Mm-hmm. It's not something we're against happening if that starts genuine, like making. If people are watching it, then that's value. But no one's done it properly yet.
Okay.
Am I allowed to show the portal, your portal?
Which one?
That.
Oh yeah.
See ya. So it's funny you say that. I'm about to do a little split test because this is what you see as a Bitcast miner fun with. So let's take Ridges. Oh no, Bitmine. Okay, so here's a new brief. This is what it shows that the video requirements have to be. It has to be, cover all of this, 3.5 minutes to 20 minutes. There's a brand overview pack here, which you can download, and it just gives you some ammunition. So you don't have to talk about every single thing here, but it's just giving you some ammo for you to talk about. But and then what you do is you make the video, or this is what I do. I make the video, I upload it to YouTube. I then take the YouTube link to put it in to get the transcript. Then I go to the video script checker, and I put the transcript in here along with the video description, because it'll ask to put the thingy, how long it is, select the brief, and then it'll say whether it's passed or not. So my split test for the Bitmine brief is I'm going to get GPT-5 or whatever I'll upload this whole brief pack here along with this one, along with this to create a script. I don't know, 6 minutes long. Then I'm going to get a video, like an AI avatar and voice to make it, and then see what happens. That is allowed, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. And it'll probably do well because it's on your channel, so it's got your audience watching it, which is fine.
Well, I just wanted to compare like a normal video to this fake video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
There's another question.
I've just answered the question I was about to ask. I was just going to say, would you do that on your own channel? Or would you do it off a different channel?
So I'll do it on my channel. I've only got that. I've got two channels: a drone racing one and my normal one. I'll do that on there. But there's one thing I've realised. That's fine for the moment. Eventually, there will be a brief that'll come up here where I don't want to do a video on it because I don't like the subnet. But so far, it's been fine.
But yeah, this is the whole thing, though. It's supposed to be a marketplace, and brands are going to push their marketing spend onto the platform, creators can pick and choose which videos they make, and they draw down from it. And yeah, essentially, it's you're not forced to do these videos. So it comes across as really organic content as well, because generally the creators making the content actually want to.
And when is your new portal coming up?
The the no-code miner?
No, the portal where we can check what video made.
Oh yeah, the creative, yeah, no-code miner. So that's going to be, I mean, we're hoping to start onboarding our current creators. So obviously just to test it's all working properly in the next week or so, and then we'll be able to open it up beyond that.
Any other questions? Yeah, last one.
So you said you listed all the problems which the current influencer economy and all economy faces, right? With the duplication and buying clicks and likes and stuff, right? How are you tackling that with the AI? Like not going with the actual algorithm and stuff, but just a rough idea.
Yeah. So when a creator links up to Bitcast, it's via the official YouTube APIs. So obviously front-facing you see likes and you see views, etc. On the back end, there's a lot more data analytics that we get hold of. So we're using that plus some of the tools that YouTube have got in place to stop that. Basically, we use that to generate, to work out engagement. Yeah, and we've got some other security like look backs across, like analyze the account's history, and if they've suddenly got loads of weird things going on with a Bitcast video, we kind of know, hang on a minute, you're faking it, you know. So there's a few things that we put in place to sort of protect us against that.
All right, thank you.
So I see an increase in hours watched as you go up here, and that makes sense. I was just thinking, why were there only 78 hours for Scores brief?
I don't.
Is that, oh,
no, no. It was. I think it might be just at the time we didn't.
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I think we just didn't have the creator pool that we've got right now. Sorry, Max.
I was just thinking, I see no macrocosmos here, Mike. Hint, hint, nod, nod. Yeah, anyway. Cool. Well, mate, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. Big round of applause.